So I have naturally curly wavy hair and it sort of flips between the two depending, I don't know, maybe on my age or hormones. I've got 2 young children, so my hair's been through, I guess, a lot with those hormonal changes.
Okay. Yes, that's quite common.
Yeah.
Particularly with curly hair. Does the degree of curl change when you go through a pregnancy?
Yes, it does, yeah. And then instantly post-pregnancy, my hair's great and then it just completely like drops.
Yeah.
I think what I'm trying to do is just really get the best out of my hair.
Okay.
It does tend to be flat, so that's another thing, is kind of bringing some more volume and life into it.
Okay, right. What I can see with your hair is you do have a lovely texture to it. And I think that the fact that your hair right now is with no product is actually looking really nice. I mean, I'm getting overtones of Carrie Bradshaw with your hair. You know, you've got these lovely, gorgeous, quite close-knit curls coming through there. Slightly less so on this side, and maybe your hair's just a little bit weaker there, and so maybe that just needs a little bit more encouragement.
Yeah.
So do you want to make the most of your natural curl, or do you want to do something else with it? Do you want to smoothen it, or find other ways of handling it?
I love having my hair, like when I get my hair done at the hairdressers, I love to have it kind of softened, so smoothed out.
Yeah.
But also being with you today, you know a lot about hair and get the most out of hair. I'm also open to going down the curly route. So
yeah.
I might just put it back onto you
Sure.
and see what you think.
Okay, so when your hair's curly, people always assume it's very thick. Actually, your hair's quite fine in texture, isn't it?
Yeah.
But the curl is deceptive. It gives you a lot of volume, and even this, as it is now, I think is looking great. I'm literally just holding it and shaking it a little bit. And every time I do that, your hair comes to life a little bit. So that's a great thing. You know that you can probably put a little bit of curl products in your hair, let it dry naturally. You could even tuck it behind your ears while you let it dry naturally. And then when it comes out, you'll have a little bit more of a wave there and it'll go into its natural curl through there. So that's great. What I think would be good is to work with your natural curl plus one.
Yeah.
So I would say, let's do something whereby we can make the most of the natural curl that you inherently have, but then do something else that's going to make it feel a bit more special and a bit more done. So what I suggest we do today, Hannah, is we approach the product that we're going to use on your hair in terms of what's going to hydrate your hair and then what's going to support the curl. There's a balance to be found. So I'm going to start by just dampening your hair down. It's important when you apply product to your hair that your hair is at the very least damp to the touch, if not slightly damper. So when you have washed and conditioned your hair and then just towel dried it and combed it through, that is the ideal time for you to put product into your hair. Very often I talk about the 80-20 rule. I don't know if you've heard that, but if you have straight hair, for example, and you want to put product in to build up a blow dry, you would put it in when your hair is 80% dry. In your case, because your hair is curly, when your hair starts to get to 80% dry, the curls start to form and set. So it's important your hair is, say, 50% dry, i.e. that place in the middle between being sopping wet and being dry, so towel dry, basically.
You know, there's a lot with curly hair around the type of towel you use. So
Yeah.
Do you think that's a worthwhile investment?
There is a brand of towel I like, and the reason I like them is because they're a bit like a cotton t-shirt. It's Good Wash Day is the brand name. I think with a towel, the most important thing is not what it is, but how it's used. The last thing when your hair is textured like yours, you should ever do is rough dry your hair with a towel. Because the moment you start doing this with a towel, you're doing this to the hair.
Yeah.
That is never good for curls. So whatever towel you have, whether it's something specifically made for curly hair, or if it's just a bog standard towel, is you squeeze, but do not rough dry it. Okay, right, so we're going to start now with product that's going to hydrate your hair. And I'm using a product here by Bouclem, Curls Redefined. So this is one of those curly girl brands that are coming to the fore at the moment. And this is a really nice one. It's quite a light, almost like a leave-in conditioner with a tiny little bit of hold. And it's just a sort of a, it's a lightweight cream. And as you sort of rub the cream, you can feel that it's not dense and it has a really nice spread to it. So something like this is great for you because it's not going to pull your hair down, but it will give the curls a little bit of control. What I've done is I've spread it between my fingers and my palms. I'm going to go in with my fingers just kind of through the root area, like that, because I think it's important with curly hair to get curl control product in your hair from the roots to the tip, because your hair can frizz as easily up there as it can on the mid-lengths and ends. And then once I've done that, I'm using my fingers and palms to just sort of smear the product in as even a way as possible through the mid-lengths and ends. Once you've put your hydrating product on, just go through with a wet brush of some sort. I'm using a tangle teaser to just bring the product through your hair. So when it comes to styling product now, whatever is going to give your hair hold, you have a few options. You can go for salt sprays. You might want to consider a mousse. There are also other products like, for example, Oribe Curl Gelée. Now this is what I'm going to use today actually. I'm just feeling this is the right one because this gives a really nice shine as well. But this is it's a gel. Nice. And again, if you just rake this in, I'd say it's an expensive product. It's probably nearly 50 quid for a tub of this. But what I like about it is it gives your hair a wonderful shine. What I'm going to do is find your parting. Now, your parting is around about here.
Yeah.
Does that feel comfortable?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just going to go with the way your hair wants to part because it looks really lovely. I'm going to subdivide your hair. If you just drop your chin down, you'll be able to see that I've taken a triangle of hair from just in front of the crown down to the temples. What I'm going to suggest we do is hold your hair out, coil it around your finger. So what I tend to do is take small sections, come in with my finger, wrap it around a couple of times, and then just let it fall out. And can you see how the hair will then start to take on the curl that way? You won't get the full curl until it dries. Your hair will start to build and the curl will become stronger as it dries. Your curl is building up beautifully. It's starting to dry in a bit and it's really, really looking lovely. How are you dealing with the back?
Oh, not very good actually.
I think the most important thing is to teach yourself your technique by doing the sides because you can see what you're doing and get good at that. And then when you get to the back, with hair like yours, you can just divide it down the middle and bring it round like that. And then really it's just a case of feeling your way. You'll have a little bit of an eye shot, but you are really just feeling your way. This is going to be my first section. This is going to be my second section, third, fourth. And that thing of just holding it out is going to give you a visual there. So you can see your hair from bottom to top. So it means you can kind of take a finger or a section clip, go in, grab it, and then start twisting. Is that helpful, Hannah?
Yes, that is helpful. I tend to just grab chunks of hair and then just twirl it, and I don't think anything of it or where it sits or sectioning or doing sections. So it's good to know that that's a useful thing for my hair.
Great, I think that's fab because you clearly have a really good instinct with your hair. So it's just about cleaning it up in terms of how you section off because it really makes all the difference. Because your hair is fine, when you're going through this process, it's going to dry out a little bit. So what I've noticed here is it's starting to dry out a bit more because this is the area we did first. So feel free to always just have your water spray to hand. It's not that your hair needs more product, but it could just be that a little bit of water will help to just rebalance that. You have a diffuser?
Yes.
Great, okay. And what would you normally do with it? If
I were to use it, I would do it like that.
Great.
And that would be
fantastic, yeah. Carrie Bradshaw, eat your heart out. It's such a pretty curl. It has a sassiness about it. What we are going to do is deal with this now. So we're going to do something a little bit different here. And what that means is we're going to smoothen out the curl here, but we don't want to smoothen your hair out completely. We still want to have a little bit of a bend to it. So off with the diffuser and on with the nozzle. And the nozzle will just direct the airflow in a very contained way. If you're using a nozzle, it does intensify the heat, so you might want to turn the hairdryer down to the medium setting. So I'm going to divide this into 2 sections, and I'm going to work from here, smoothen it out, and I'm going to switch the hairdryer on, come in over the top, and just work it through. And actually, just about 2/3 of the way down, the idea being that I want to just pull that tight wave that you have at the root area smooth, follow with the dryer, and that's it. And just sort of work your way through.
How do you take it out? Just
Yeah,
like that,
just like that, yeah. And you're just working the roots to mid-lengths. So we're going to take the section behind now and do exactly the same thing. Take this away and see where we are. So it feels a little bit lackadaisy, but when we part that, can you see now that this area has smoothened out? So if you want to just refine this a little bit, what you can do, take the dryer, run it through, twist, run it through and twist. So you want to bring the brush like this, downwards, twist, downwards, and that will open the curl out that way. Hold the brush with your left hand. Can you do that?
I can try. Do I?
Yeah, that's it.
Right.
No, so you're turning the brush the other way. You want to go around that way. Now, you're putting it to the side. What I want you to do is to pull it forward over your eye.
Yeah.
So bring it down over your eye, then twist, and then pull it down.
Yeah.
Like that. Pull down, give it a twist, pull down.
And then a twist again at the end.
Sure. And just give it a pull. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so pull it down, give it a twist, pull it down. Oh yeah! That's it, you've got it. So you just need to do that a couple more times until the wave here becomes a little bit more refined.
Yeah.
And little by little, it's taking shape, isn't it? And it's getting a really nice shine as well. High five! Do you ever use any finishing product?
Sometimes I'll use a serum. I don't know if the serum might be a little bit heavy for my hair now, I'm not sure.
I mean, I would say right now, doesn't need it. You've got the Clem product we used at the beginning that has that kind of softening, hydrating impact on the hair. The one thing I might add is Oribe. It's called Après Beach. If you just spray that in, it just kind of enhances the shine on the crests of your waves, because I think it's nice that you are towards the sort of shinier curl rather than the grungy curl with your hair. How's it feeling?
Yeah, it feels great.
Fab.
Kind of like tidy curl. I feel like I've got a tidy curl.
Yeah.
You know, like a curl that I can wear to work, curl that I can wear out at night, as opposed to let's fingers crossed, hope for the best, see what happens.
Absolutely.
And then sometimes being at work and think, oh, my hair looks a bit tatty today, but that's just because I've not been able to control it. And I think the front bits, it's a good spot because the front's a little different, which is sometimes great, but actually to be able to smooth that out, it kind of, I don't know, I think it creates a good end result.
Yeah, fab. Wonderful. Great, thank you.
Love it, thank you.